Okay, let's have a little chat here with the persons who are trying to. Well, let's see here. What section do we have here? Section 465(1), conspiracy to commit murder. So, Dean Murdoch is doing business as the mayor of the District of Saanich. We've got a counselor here. Of course, we've got Dean Duthie. And then we've got ULOC here tagged. This is my preferred method of communication with the beast employees who hate me and are seeking to end my life through gross negligence. So here's what you're going to be doing, because I'm no longer allowing the wicked to dictate my life. Because you all know my home has been stolen. I've laid it out for you again and again and again and again, haven't I? And you're just continuing to be, well, who you were all born to be. So you're causing me harm and you're doing this intentionally. You're causing me to fear harm and damage. That's also another indictable crime. So let's take a look at this right here. So Wishaw ULOC at 1621 Island Highway. Now that bill is now $430 and it has to be paid before the 10th of the month. It says right here, payments due on the 1st. To avoid late fees, beginning on the 10th, you have to make this payment. And that payment is going to be made from now on by the persons who are doing business as the District of Saanich. Listen, I know who you are, okay? You've identified yourselves repeatedly to me. And I'm not going to unsee who you are. Thank you very much. Because apparently, look at all this garbage they have here on these websites that mean absolutely nothing. I'm not a person. End racism and hate. Your right, your responsibility. So that's what I'm doing. Every woman in British Columbia has the right to feel safe and participate in their community. Really, that's interesting because that has never happened to me once. For the last 15 years, I've been putting up with racism and hate from countless persons acting as public servants. Racism and hate makes that impossible by creating fear and exclusion. Exactly. So we need to work together to end racism and hate in our communities by understanding hate, how to report it, and how to step in when we witness it. So that's what I'm doing. Of all forms of criminality, hate crimes are likely to be amongst the most underreported offenses. Well, yeah, I got a voice and I got a backbone, and I'm using them both. So let's take a look at your responsibilities. You, person acting as mayor, Dean Murdoch. You, person acting as, well, what are you doing there? You're the head hog of this criminal organization calling itself Saanich Police Department. So do you read any of this? Do you even have any idea what your obligations are? Because you've proven to me that you don't. So I have the right to security and protection by this person pretending to be the province of British Columbia against violence and bodily harm, whether inflicted by government officials or by any individual group or institution. I have the right to take part in the beast pretending to be the government, as well as in the conduct of public affairs at any level, and to have equal access to public service. I have the right to enjoy economic, social, and cultural rights. Okay, so no, because I told you that if I wasn't home by July the 1st, let's go over this again. I told you right here, if I'm not home by July 1st, because we all know that's my home and we all know it's been stolen by an act of fraud on the court, that the District of Saanich, the person's pretending to be that business, it's a private for profit, it's a RICO, You understand what RICO is? Racketeering, influence, corrupt organization. That's what Saanich is. You're going to be responsible for my monthly storage locker fee and the housing cost. Now, allow me to inform you, you can pay by, pretty sure, check, debit, credit card, or cash to ULOC. And on the 11th of this month, somebody pretending to be the District of Saanich is going to be coming over here to where I'm staying, and you all know where I'm staying because you've repeatedly assaulted me here, caused me to fear injury and harm. Listen to me. All of you pigs who've come to this door here, you're going to be criminally charged for aiding and abetting and conspiracy to commit murder and mortgage fraud and breach of trust by public officer. None of you pigs are above the law. Not one of you. So let me go over how you're going to be paying the folks here at the Red Lion front desk. They're at Dean Murdoch. You can provide them cash in the amount of $1,215. You can provide debit, or you can provide a credit card. They do not take checks here. So I got a letter from BC Housing because I told you that I'm not going to be reapplying for that service because, well, you've left me with nothing to live on. And you've done this on purpose to me because you're trying to go out of your way to cause me as much harm as you possibly can. And so let's see who's tagged here. Because these are all criminal organizations, or they're all criminals. They're all racists. They're all going out of their way to cause me harm, loss, and injury. Dean Murdoch, BC Ombudsperson, that coven needs to be shut down completely. Oh, you've got something here pretending to be something my race of people don't even recognize. This Attorney General, Nikki Sharma. There you've got the con job there himself, the racist misogynist Chief Duthie. Oh, you've got this other guy here, George Chow. He's pretending to be some BC public servant. You've got a counselor here. You've got the lieutenant governor. Again, what kind of titles are those? This is such a joke. Oh, you've got the Minister of Finance here. You've got someone else here, Shannon Saltier. And then you've got Kevin Falcon. And you all know what's going on here. Every single one of you. So I can't be too long because I know that your attention span is that of a gnat. And all the crimes you're committing against me, you're all going to be held accountable because not one of you is above the law. Now, Nikki Sharma, let me give you some very clear, concise instructions. You are going to call the persons pretending to be the BC sheriffs out of 850 Burdett Avenue. Ms. Sharma, you are going to instruct those persons to attend 604 Polyanthus Crescent to arrest for trespassing the persons inside my home unlawfully. The BC sheriffs will collect every single key to my home, put them in an envelope, and deliver them to the front desk of where I'm staying. Ms. Sharma, you are not above the law. You have proven to me for years that you are unfit for public service. You know what's happening to me, and you are aiding and abetting racism and hate against myself and my family. And I've had enough. Of every single one of you, I have had enough. What I just told you to do, a child could do. By the way, Dean Murdoch, you just collected tax, did you? How much revenue did you generate? Is it tens of millions? It's gotta be. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. No more. Enough is enough is enough. That is my home. It is stolen property, and I'm taking my property back because pretty obviously not one of you is going to lift a finger to do anything about the racism and hate I have faced. That's cost me my son because of your hatred and racism. and your constant need to tell lies about who I am and what I am, and then you came for my home and left me with nothing. This is all intentional. All of it. I know who you are. I know what you are. Enough is enough.